So I was about to go in the gym right now, but my nose is currently bleeding, and it has been for a while, for the last like 10 minutes. So I guess I was like, all right, well, might as well just make a video. And this is a video that I've wanted to do for a while. So I just want to talk about a few things that I believe if you were to implement them into your everyday life or into a consistency into your life, I do think that these things would make your life better. Um, I've done most of these things. Most of these things are currently in my life. Um, not if not on a daily basis, at least on a weekly basis. And I do feel like since implementing them into my life, I do feel like my life has improved. At least like on a mental side. I mean, I overall, I'd say my life has improved. So the first thing I'm gonna go with today, I'm gonna talk about journaling. So, excuse me, that was disgusting. Journaling. I really recommend this one. I feel like this is kind of like considered to be more of like a girly thing, like a middle school girl type thing where like, oh yeah, I journal about the guy that I have a crush on and what he said to me today. Like some shit like that. But in my eyes, like I do think journaling is so beneficial. I will also say, however, I do not journal anywhere near compared to where I used to. I sometimes will make videos like this, but for myself, where I just speak into the camera and speak my mind. I do that for a while. I was doing that kind of consistently, and because of that, I kind of stopped journaling. And for whatever reason, really the last like 3 months, I haven't really been a big journal guy compared to where I was, where for like a year and a half, I was journaling every single day. I don't really know exactly why I stopped. I kind of do. I feel like I was just kind of sick of thinking so much. I That's kind of like the excuse I have, was that I was just kind of sick of thinking so much. I just wanted to spend less time in my thoughts. I felt like I was doing it too much. And maybe I was, or maybe just because of what was happening in my life at the time that just kind of like affected me, and it just made me want to numb myself more than like actually um get deep into my thoughts. However, I'm trying to get back into it because I do think that there's so much benefits to it. First off, when you journal, you're pretty much like writing down your thoughts. And what you do by doing that is that you can go back and reflect on where you were in your life that specific day. So it's like if you just start journaling every day, it's like in a lot of ways you can just go back and see how you felt about a certain topic, a certain thing that was all over your mind at the time that you decided to journal about maybe 5 months ago, and then see how you feel about it now. And I just, there's a lot of reflect. It can show how much you've grown, and it can be like a real living proof of like, hey, this is how much I've changed. This is how my perspective has changed about this and that, and how much I've grown in X amount of time. I just feel like it's something I definitely think you should at least try to do it every day. Maybe just spend 5 minutes writing down stuff. Like just talk about your day, talk about how you're feeling. Just try it. That's what I would recommend. I highly recommend journaling. I know I'm personally not as consistent with it lately. I don't really know exactly why. Maybe I'm just a little bit more busy where I feel like I just don't have the time to do it, even though I 100% do. Next thing I'm gonna go with is write down a to-do list of what you want to accomplish on a daily basis. Um, I've been doing this for about 2 years now, where I just have a blank sheet of paper and I just write down the things I want to accomplish today. I've done this for, like I said, like 2 years now. The most part, it's just gonna be the same stuff every day, and then just a little bit of stuff like, you know, things like appointments, or maybe you have an outing with some friends or stuff like that. That's obviously, or like you have work. Write down, oh, I have to go to work at this amount of time. It's just a way of being more organized. I feel. I highly recommend it. Like highly recommend it. If there's anything I talk about, I feel like this is probably the number one thing. Um, I highly recommend writing down a to-do list. Now you can do it with your phone. You can do it with, like, I know there's apps, or even there's something that's just like on the base phone that you get, at least for iPhones, that you can just make. You can make like reminders, or you can make like a legit to-do list on your phone. However, I will always recommend doing it just like on a piece of paper. I think actually writing it down is much more beneficial than having it on your phone that you can inevitably just forget about. I know you always have your phone with you, so obviously there's that benefit, but I do think just writing it down is just such a better way of doing it, in my eyes. However, if you want to do it on your phone, I do think that it's still beneficial to at least do that. Um, like for me, I just write on a piece of paper and then I put it on my desk somewhere that whenever I'm in my room or in my house, like it's somewhere I know I'm going to see it and be able to like remind myself, oh yeah, I have to do this still and that. It's just, I feel like that has been so beneficial, especially nowadays where I feel like, at least for me personally, I can just easily forget about something and get distracted. I feel like most people probably agree with that. And because of that, it's like, yeah, having like a legit to do list, something that's just a physical thing that's right in front of me. Anytime I'm in my house, I'm able to remember a lot of the shit that I want to get done. I feel like that has been such a beneficial thing for me to be more organized and be more productive as well. You also get like a legit little dopamine hit from being able to check off a box. Like, hey, I got this done. I get to check this off now. Something that I've accomplished. You get a little bit of dopamine from that. You might not feel it at first, or maybe you will feel it at first and not feel a lot in the long run. But I do think that's 100% always there. I still feel today. It's beneficial. It's so beneficial in so many ways. I highly recommend this one. Another thing I recommend is just going for walks. Going for walks in the middle of nowhere, or not middle of nowhere, but like a walk path in like a like a forest type environment, trees, or anything. You know what I'm talking about? Just anywhere where you can get away from technology for 20 minutes, like at least 20 minutes or longer, of course. Just, don't bring your phone, don't bring headphones, just go for a walk. Go for a walk, get away from all this noise and everything, and spend time with just yourself. Or you can bring your dog, obviously bring a pet. Maybe you want to go with a person. I mean, I highly recommend that as well. Just go with a friend, go with someone, go with a significant other, go spend time with them away from technology, and just walk. Just enjoy nature, enjoy being on this planet, and try to spend a little bit of time away from all the noise. And I feel like this is something that I love doing. Right now, sadly, it's winter. It's winter where I live. It's 14 degrees outside today, sadly. Otherwise, for me, I'm just doing cardio at the gym today. I would be outside doing cardio. I would love to do outside cardio, but it's just the weather's shitty right now. So, but I highly recommend doing that, walking outside, get away from the noise, man. It's so beneficial. It's so beneficial, and also it's just something that like it kind of like re-energizes you in a lot of ways. It allows you to focus on the things and recognize the things that you should probably be focusing on, and kind of just get away from all the distractions. And it's a refresher. I think walking is such a refresher. And also it's just cardio. It's good for your health. It's good for both your physical and mental health. So many benefits to that. So I don't want to make this video too long. These are only three things I want to talk about today. Thank you for watching.